I'm Saber. If you're either just learning about Project Plus or trying to get into the game for the first time, I'm here to answer some basic questions about our game and community. I've linked every single resource that I discussed in the video in the description below, and I've also timestamped every question so you can jump around based on what you want to know. That being said, please feel free to ask any additional questions you might have in the comments, and I and the rest of the Nexus team will do our best to answer them. Let's start with the basics. Project M is a very well-known mod of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which became popular enough to have its own competitive scene. Back in 2019, Project Plus was released as a community-made balance patch to Project M, and has since become the competitive standard for most regions. These days, the community mostly uses the two names interchangeably to refer to Project Plus, which is the newer default version played in every region except for Germany, Spain, and the Netherlands, but they do stand for two different versions of the game. We have a whole guide for that already on this channel. I've linked it in the description below, and if you have any questions or problems figuring it out, there's also a troubleshooting guide in both our Discord and the Project Plus Discord, which are also linked below. If you're looking to learn about the game itself, the PM subreddit has a wiki page with write-ups on advanced techniques and how to perform them, which are a great starting point for new players. The subreddit also hosts a series of write-ups by URG on the character-specific techniques available to every character in the cast, so if you're curious about what shenanigans your main is capable of, that's a super valuable resource. In addition to these written guides, the PM community is always happy to answer questions and teach new players, so we've linked the official P Plus Discord in the description, as well as the P Plus website, which has links to all of the character Discords if you have more specific questions. If you want to watch gameplay of any given character, I just put out a series on this channel about the best player of every character, so you can use that to help you find footage of any character you might be interested in watching at a top level. Finally, if you want to check out frame data or hitboxes, go to rukaidata.com, where that's all but extensively documented for the most recent versions of Project Plus and Project M 3.6. On screen right now is a Reddit comment listing all of the PM YouTube and Twitch channels that regularly stream PM events, as well as the days they usually stream on if they have a schedule. These represent all of the smaller scale PM events that happen on a regular basis. For bigger events, there's no universal channel that streams PM majors, so the best approach is to just pay attention to PM Twitter, Reddit, or Discord, and odds are people will be talking about big events as they come up. We do our best to share and retweet PM events as much as possible on Twitter, so the PM Nexus Twitter account is another great way to find events as they happen. The last official ranking for PM is PM Rank 2019. Since COVID stopped us from having LAN events until the last third of 2021, which didn't leave us with enough data to have a 2021 ranking. PM Rank 2019, combined with the aforementioned series on the best players of every character, should give you a decent sense of who is generally a top player, but I will be releasing an updated top 50 at the end of April to give the scene a more recent ranking until the official release of PM Rank 2022 at the end of this year. If you're curious about the history of the modern scene and its top players, you may also want to check out 3.6 Rank, which is a top 50 ranking of the best PM 3.6 players of all time from 2015 through 2019. Most of today's top players are also featured on that list, and it's a great way to catch up and learn about how our scene got to where we are today. The short answer is, whoever you want. The tier list is pretty compact in PM, meaning that the gap between the best and the worst characters is way smaller than in mainline Smash games, and every character in PM has put up great results at some point or another in the right hands. That being said, if you want to get a better sense of what the current meta looks like, there was a new official tier list released at the beginning of this year. I've put that up on screen for you to take a look at, and there's an article linked in the description with a bit more explanation. Since there's no built-in matchmaking system for PM, you'll need to find people directly if you want a net play. This is mostly done through Discord, either through the Project Plus Discord, which I've linked in the description, or smaller regional Discords where you can find people nearby. Many of those regional Discords can be found on the Community tab of the Project Plus website, But you can also ask around in the P Plus Discord, and people will direct you to your region Discord if one exists. If you're new to the game, there's even a Discord specifically for new and lower level players so that you can improve without worrying about comparing yourself to top players or people who've been around for years. You probably do. As mentioned in the previous answer, the Project Plus website has links to regional Discords that might include your local scene. I've put up on screen a map from that website with all of the regions that have Discords or regular weeklies that might help you find your local scene that way. But if you aren't sure how to find players or events near you, then you can either join the official P Plus Discord and ask around, or just ask in the comments and we'll try to connect you with players nearby. That's all for today's video. But thanks for watching, and if you have any questions that I didn't get to in the video, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll try to help you out.